Hey again, video 13 today. And the question for today is, I've downsized our drawing, but you're going to see this pretty much in every video that I make from here on out because it encapsulates everything that we need. It's got our society right there, a machine. I'll label it society for you, but you know what it is. It's got our raw material. You waking up in the morning, you step into it, and your thoughts and behaviors are produced. The question is, and the one issue that we haven't gotten to, is who built it? This has got a really short answer. It's got a couple of, not super deep, but I mean, worth knowing insights into it. The short answer to who built it is us. The members of a society build it. The reason that the two semi-worthwhile insights into this, first of all, is that the more of us there are, the more disorderly the machine. And you can think about the United States of American society as compared to like a small subculture within America, like the Amish community. An Amish community, there's a very small number of people, and society is super orderly there. I'm not saying it's ideal. All I'm saying is that it's orderly. In a society the size of ours, there's much more room. I mean, you have a lot more of these little individuals with their own preferences. So the machine ends up getting, it would be like, instead of like, the factory workers building a car, it would be like 10 different car companies having all of their factory workers working on a car, and you'd end up with like 6 rear view mirrors and 8 steering wheels, and it would be a mess. The more of us there are, the more disorderly the machine. That's insight number 1. Insight number 2, and I think kind of the deeper one, is that we build it every day. There is a concept that we're going to spend a video on later on, but I'm going to allude to it right now because it's in your first chapter reading. And the concept is the social construction of reality. Maybe my favorite concept within sociology. First of all, there's sort of a cool, almost sci-fi element to the social construction of reality. What it's saying is that reality, not like the ecosystem that we live in, but our experience of society, the way our society really works, is socially constructed, as in it is built by people. The insight here, and when I talk about the social construction of reality later on, I will go into more detail about this, is that every day, imagine if you will, that every day in the morning, all 300 million of us wake up at the exact same time. Before we step into the society, before we step in and start to have our thoughts and behaviors influenced by society, there is a moment in which we could decide to build it differently. And there's a lot of aspects of our society that would be wonderful to build differently. We still have tremendous disparities in terms of income and wealth by race. Me being white has given me an advantage over people of color. Me being male has given me advantages over women. Me being heterosexual rather than gay or transgender, me being cisgendered and straight, has given me advantages. Now, these are not advantages that have to happen. They are advantages that exist because of the way this machine is built. But all of that could change tomorrow. The odds are it's not going to. But over the course of history, we see changes happen to society. And those changes, we usually are used to thinking of them as big, monumental moments that are sort of handed down to us by powerful people. But the reality is that every single change that happens in society, it starts from somebody, whether it is somebody in a position of power or somebody in a position of just normalcy, getting up and saying, the way things have been, the way we've set up our society isn't working for me. I'm going to do something slightly differently. And I don't want to act like naively that, and then everybody joins together and the credits roll and it's awesome. I mean, a lot of time that person gets their ass kicked because a whole bunch of people don't want society to change. But it is possible. The reason that we have more equality today than we did 100 years ago is because, not always because of big people at the top levels of our government, but because of little people saying, you know what, the way things were yesterday, I don't think they should be that way anymore. I'm going to act differently. Society's telling me to have these thoughts and behaviors. I'm not going to do it today. And then when they do that, other people join in, and there is a social building of a different reality. So to get back to this question of who built it, it's us. But that also means we can change it, and we can change it, and we'll talk about how that happens as the course goes on. But it is worth noting, because as I said before, these thoughts and behaviors over here aren't necessarily going to lead you to happiness. And so it might be worth, whether it's out of altruism that I think the world should be better and so I'm going to act differently to try to socially construct a different reality, or if it's out of a sense of, my God, this is how life is, like it should be better than this. And that you then act differently and a new reality is created. In either case, that's possible. It's not easy. I don't want to make it sound like, so go out and fix the world, although if you can, that would be fantastic. But I do want to say that it is possible. And it's possible that reality, that it just starts small, and it starts with you or me or a couple of your friends or whatever, and small changes start to happen, and the reality right around you changes, and then that sort of builds into bigger changes. All right, that is the end, I believe, of the first unit of our course. Where we're going to go from here is into a tremendous amount of detail about what is in here. The next video, I'm going to segment this into 4 quadrants, and we're going to start talking about, okay, so what are the main components of a society? And then we can know what it is that we want to socially change. Until then, I will see you guys.